and welcome to Chapel Chat. I'm Pastor Kevin Little, and this is the chapel at Rantoul First United Methodist Church. I'm sorry for the delay today. Obi-Wan, my puppy, had a checkup this morning, so I got a later start on things than I normally do. So we are officially into the Advent season. You might not have noticed, though, because it can be hard to see the good things when the world is such a mess. We're getting ready to finish our second year with COVID, but we hardly hear about it anymore because everyone is so burnt out on it. There was a school shooting in Michigan. The Ahmaud Arbery case finished with a ton of guilty verdicts, which is great, but it was an awful thing to begin with. The Rittenhouse verdict has people arguing about it still. Ethiopia is in the middle of a civil war, and we have troops stationed to become involved somehow. People are still fighting over the election and the riots that happened on January 6th. It just doesn't feel like the Christmas season right now. But in all reality, this might be the most Advent-like Advent season in a long time. Because Advent itself happened in a time of unrest as well. Israel was under Roman rule, and because of a string of rebellions, the Romans weren't allowing a lot of freedom. Herod was a great builder, but not a great person, and as Jesus is born and prophecies are being fulfilled, he declares that all children born at that time should be executed. That would have been a scary time to be alive. The politics were vicious and were heavily mixed in with their religious beliefs, which, as we've seen over the past few years, can become very messy. But out of all of that, a baby is about to be born. And not just any baby, the Messiah, the prophesied future leader of the nation of Israel, was about to be born to a common laborer and his very young fiancée in a poor community with a bad reputation. This baby would be the physical embodiment of the Word of God, through whom all of creation occurred. The world would never be the same after this. So during Advent, we tend to focus on specific themes as we plot our worship services out. We start with hope, and then peace, joy, and finally love, and we keep these themes rolling from year to year because the world never stops needing them. We are always in a state of needing these things, and not just our own hope, peace, joy, and love, but God's hope, peace, joy, and love. Because that's what the Advent season is about. Not gifts, not a brief moment of feeling good and being nice to each other that never lasts past New Year's. God's gift of His hope for us, His peace on earth, His joy in all of creation, and His love, which prompted Him to send His only begotten Son to save the world from itself. Even though it can be hard, these are the things that we should be looking for during this season. We can't depend on ourselves. We have to depend on God. We have to push through the physical, mental, and emotional clutter that is happening around us and listen to the Spirit of God within us. Through His Spirit dwelling inside of us, we receive His hope, peace, joy, and love, even in times of darkness. He's always there. And that's what we need to remember right now. That God is always with us. Thanks for joining me today for another Chapel Chat. I'll see you again here next week. Have a great week.